Security scams are getting more sophisticated every day, but sometimes the most audacious ones are hiding right in our own neighborhoods, wearing cheap plastic badges and pretending to be authority figures.
That's fascinating. And terrifying at the same time. How do people even get away with impersonating officials like that?
Well, this recent case really shows how far some scammers will go. Picture a quiet suburban neighborhood where two guys in knockoff security uniforms decided to play pretend cops, complete with toy store badges and floppy hats.
So they were just walking around in costume, basically? That seems pretty brazen.
Oh, it gets better. They actually stopped a college student who was jogging and accused her of loitering in her own neighborhood. But here's where they made their fatal mistake. She happened to be the daughter of a retired Army general.
Now that's what I call picking the wrong target. How did they not see that backfiring?
Well, according to local police reports, these guys had successfully scammed several residents before this incident. They were running a pretty sophisticated operation, issuing fake fines and collecting anywhere from $50 to $200 per violation.
That's actually a pretty significant amount of money. Do we know how many people they managed to fool?
The investigation revealed at least 12 households had paid these fake fines, totaling over $1,800 in fraudulent collections. They specifically targeted new homeowners who wouldn't know the legitimate HOA procedures.
Hmm, that's actually a clever strategy, though obviously completely illegal. New residents wouldn't know the proper protocols yet.
And here's what makes it even more concerning. According to security experts, impersonation scams like this have increased by 45% in suburban areas over the last 2 years. People are getting more bold with these schemes.
That's quite a significant jump. What's driving that increase?
The rise of legitimate private security firms in residential areas has actually made it easier for scammers to blend in. Plus, with more HOAs implementing strict rules, residents are kind of conditioned to expect enforcement.
Well, that certainly explains why people might fall for it, especially if the scammers act professional enough.
Exactly. And in this case, when the general started questioning them about their credentials, they tried using official sounding terms like private enforcement and security consultants to maintain their facade.
Those are exactly the kind of vague terms that might sound legitimate to someone who doesn't know better.
The real turning point came when other neighbors started gathering and pulling out their phones. Studies show that scammers are 80% more likely to abandon their schemes when faced with potential documentation or witnesses.
That's a powerful deterrent. I guess even fake authority figures don't want to go viral.
And here's the really interesting part. After this incident, the real HOA implemented new verification protocols that are now being adopted by other communities. They're calling it the Trust But Verify system.
That sounds like a positive outcome from an otherwise concerning situation.
The system requires all legitimate HOA representatives to carry digital credentials that can be verified through a secure app. It's reduced impersonation attempts in test communities by nearly 90%.
Those are impressive results. Maybe some good can come from exposing these scams after all.
The incident also led to a community awareness campaign that's been remarkably successful. Neighborhood watch participation increased by 65% in the months following the incident.
That kind of community engagement can make a real difference in preventing future scams.
Looking ahead, security experts predict we'll see more of these impersonation scams evolving to target different aspects of suburban life: fake utility workers, delivery services, even census takers.
So, what you're saying is we all need to stay vigilant and question authority when something feels off.
Exactly. And remember, legitimate authorities will always be able to provide proper credentials. The moment someone starts making excuses or using vague terminology, that's your red flag.
That's definitely something we should all keep in mind going forward.
The takeaway here is clear. Community awareness and a healthy dose of skepticism are our best defenses against these kinds of scams. When we look out for each other, the scammers don't stand a chance.
Absolutely. It's crazy how much you can uncover when you just start questioning the world around you. But this is just one of many stories we've got coming your way.
Yep, so Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because you won't want to miss what we have in store next. From crazy neighborhood encounters to wild scams and everything in between, we've got it all. Don't forget to drop us a comment with your thoughts or share any stories you have. We love hearing from you, and we might just feature one of your wild tales in a future episode.